everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as I get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. You can follow me on social media. I have descriptions on the links below. I just post my art. That's all I do. Um, I've also got a link to this story through the Marvel fan database that's available. That and when I say a link to the story, I mean just looking at the plot. No actual downloading of the stories. I own this series, but I have to be honest with you. I've never read it. I got it so I could see cool Sam Keith art. Sam Keith writes and draws this series, so feel free to check out the websites there with the Marvel Wiki slash database, and you can kind of see the plot as to what's going on. We're just going to look at his incredible art. Um, so he does some painting, he does pencils, he does inks. It's very cool. This is from 2002, this series. So it's a limited series, and we're going to look at all the issues that are part of it. Right now, we're just going to, like I said, I'm not going to go through this story because I do want to get so that we can enjoy his beautiful art, which I love it. He uses mixed media, and he's an ink slinger. He does such cool stuff. So I truly enjoy looking at his beautiful art. Um, I could not. I'm not gonna critique the story because I have never read it. I don't. I think I have looked at it so many times. I bought this when it first came out. I actually just have them. I use digital, so everything that I show people, and I always use this disclaimer, I actually own. I don't show you anything I don't own. And I use digital because it's so much easier to show you to go and do. So I love the coloring. He This is colored by Richard Isanov, um, who basically um, uses digital. He does digital, but he is so well. He just uh, creates a very neat palette of colors. I think he does such a good job. I love this. I don't know whether he's using a dry brush. Most likely is what he's doing here. So, um, like I said, I don't care really what the story is, and I know that a lot of people, particularly creators, don't like that. But with certain creators, man, I it's like Todd McFarlane, man. I don't think I've ever read an issue of Spawn, but I bought them because he drew them, and I love his art. So I think I may have read just the first couple of ones, but let's all be honest. Todd McFarlane writing is not that good, but his art is spectacular. I truly wish he would go back to drawing. Sam Keith, in my opinion, is a great artist. He just doesn't draw enough. I wish he would draw more. So we're just kind of gonna, like I said, go through this. So here's the Hulk. Um, like I said, if you're interested into what kind of a story is this, feel free to click on the link. I have the link to the, like I said, to the Marvel database. This is a 4 issue limited series, so we will be going through the four. Look, this is what I love about Richard Isanov. It looks like it's friggin' watercolor. So, or perhaps this is watercolor. It's just, but I don't know whether Sam Keith is drawing this part himself, and Richard Isanov is only doing the inking. So, and that could very well be. So, I know that Isanov is credited for the coloring. So, um, like I said, I didn't buy this Hulk on landing on Wolverine. I love the eyes. Um, when I got this, I looked at it and I was like, love it. Look at this panel, just straight up awesome. I love drawing the Hulk. There's something cool about it. I think he's visually interesting. Look at this. Love the blackness. Look at that. Would have been cooler with a eye, just like this, just another little um, slant or something. So, and another one. Wow, I haven't seen these in a while. So it's sort of like my first time looking at them too. Look at this. Love how he is putting the shadow on Hulk's face, and here he's punching Wolverine. Love it. So, so here we get the credits. So here we go with issue number 2. Another great cover here. I think this is hand painted by him. I don't think Richard Isanov is doing this part of it. So I think he's only doing the black and white colors, and this is all Sam Keith. Love his cartooniness. So part of the reason why I don't read these, even though I will get them and look at them and look at them and look at them, is I, for the most part, with the exception of a few, there's always exceptions to the rules, but for the most part, the rules is most everybody except those, like I said, with the exception. Most artists, meaning black, the penciler inker, are great at plotting, and because it's part of their creativity, I think that they do great when they get to draw what they're, what they want. But I don't think being a wordsmith, meaning scripting and all that, I don't think that that is necessarily their forte. So a lot of times when you read these, it just seems, because they don't do it very often, or it's not their cup of tea. And I just would prefer if these artists would just plot. Great picture of the Hulk here. Would just plot and have somebody else script them that is a writer. Just to kind of give, I don't know. So a lot of times I don't read. I really don't read, but I will definitely look at the beautiful pictures. So the exceptions to the rules, in my opinion, are Walter Simonson. Here the Hulk is turning back into Bruce Banner. John Byrne. And even though Todd McFarlane now has been writing for over 10 years, he's very verbose. He sticks so many words. I don't know. Got to come up with a little mix here. He definitely puts too many words. My favorite writers are like Ed Brubaker, Brian Bendis. Although Brian Bendis has recently gotten very wordy. Love this kind of like it looks almost like a straight. That's very cool. Brian Bendis, like I said, has gotten very wordy recently. Um, but I think he's still a very good writer. Um, Matt Fraction, love his work. Warren Ellis. So there are a lot of writers that I do like. I do like reading comic books. I just not, when certain, I'm just not big on a Sam Keith written work, but I will definitely get it. Sorry, this is a double page splash here. So I will definitely look at the pretty pictures. That is for darn sure. Another great panel here. Love it. Looks like he's using gouache, most likely. And Richard Isanov could very well be painting those, but I think he's doing these colors, the black and white colors. We're going to be looking at a lot of. Cannot speak today. We're going to be looking at a lot of Sam Kieth this week. Beautiful. So he is doing the painting. So, and then Richard Isanov's doing the black and white. Other writers that I like. Here we go, issue 3. So there's 2 more left. People like Grant Morrison, man, oh man, sometimes I love how the thin arms, big head, thin arms, thin body. Grant Morrison can be a little weird sometimes in his writing, so not everything that he writes works. Sometimes it requires rereading, and a lot of people tend to try to want everything in one sitting. But Grant Morrison is one of those writers that requires multiple reads. Man, Sam Kieth can draw though. It's such a cartoony. Love the eyes. Look at that. Just the so. Look at that. Another double page spread. So yeah, like I said, if you are curious, and that was a double page spread here. If you're curious as to the story, just like I said, click on the links below, and you can get a play-by-play on the plot as to what's going on. There are so many comic books, and even though I try to make a video every day, I don't always succeed. And even if I did do a video every day, there are so many comic books. It's just impossible for me to be able to cover everything. I have so many issues. And so once in a while I try to just do, instead of doing one issue at a time, I try to do, oh, I love that. It's the big polar bear, the mom. Um, Very Bill Sienkiewicz-ish, just a lot of white and just putting in just a little hint of it. But I would love to cover. So, I'm just right now going through trying to just pick different artists, and I'm trying to come up with certain series that are from the 80s. And I just don't know how much I love this panel here. I just don't know if I'll be able to cover everything. I know that in Cartoonist Kayfabe, they'll just give you an issue or two, and they just move a lot. Just try to cover. But I'm covering, for example, I'll depending on when you get to listen to this, I have the Walter Simonson Thor run. Um, I started the Daredevil by Frank Miller run. I'm trying to cover some early 80s Batmans. Um, John Byrne's Wonder Woman. Um, just kind of got that classic X-Men. I hope to go from the beginning all the way to the end of John Byrne's run. There's a lot of channels out there that cover the X-Men, so probably won't cover the entire thing. I got Jim Lee's Fantastic Four run. He did 6 issues, or really 5.5. So we go to our last issue here. Sam Kieth is phenomenal. I think he is just he's a different cat for sure. So, and I think that's why I enjoy seeing it because he doesn't draw like everybody else. So yeah, I've been trying to cover as much as I can. I've also been covering Simonson's run in Orion. He had a much shorter, just 25 issues, and I'm about halfway through that series as of this recording. Who knows when you see these? I do this for fun. So, and I do apologize about my voice. I have allergies, and it is fall as of this recording, and there's a lot of pollen outside, so my sinuses are a little bit congested. Great double page spread here. So yeah, so I've been trying to cover as much as I can. So I would love to cover, for example, The Authority by Warren Ellis, and even beginning with his Stormwatch, and then leading up to The Authority. I would love to cover that. I would love to cover his planetary run that he had with John Cassidy. So I just don't know um, what when I'll be able to get to everything. I'm covering a lot of Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, and I started his Hulk run from the beginning, and I will probably go back to some of his earlier Spider-Man. So, which I sort of skipped. I started with 314, so I think I will go back and cover those. So, so yeah, there's so many comic books out there. So, um, I just, I just kind of cover things that I am interested in, and but there's a lot of stuff that I'm interested in. So, and then I look at what you guys are looking for. Like for example, another double page spread. I covered John Cassidy's run on Captain America, but that didn't do very well, despite the fact that I really enjoy it. So, kind of take a look and at how the videos do, and just go from there and decide to see what works and what doesn't work. So, but hopefully you guys like Sam Keith, because I'll be doing all 5 days. So by the time these videos post, I will have already done them. So, a lot of black here. Just Hulk's very good for that. So, and so we're almost done. Got one page. So hope you enjoyed looking at this art here, and hope you are gets appreciate Sam Keith's absolutely wonderful art. So, um, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe.